First place, Texas Rangers. Welcome in, Ranger fans. This is the Texas Rangers Roundup with RD. How are we doing? Woo! Let's talk about this week. How great it was. It could have been a little bit better, but still great nonetheless. Hey, Rangers had to head up to Oakland to take on the Athletics for a 3-game series. And, I don't want to spoil it. They totally could have swept here. But Monday, Rangers won 5-3. Rangers put up 5 runs on 7 hits, 0 errors. The Athletics put up 3 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Then you come back on Tuesday. Rangers dominate absolute throughout the contest. 6-1 victory. 6 runs on 13. That's right, 13 hits. The A's put up 1 run on 3 hits. Call it a game. And you're like, you know what? Gonna sweep. We're gonna sweep. Let's sweep. Nope. Wednesday, Rangers go down 2-0 to the Athletics. 0 runs on 4 hits, 0 errors. I love that number, though. Athletics, 2 runs on 7 hits, 0 errors. There you go. So, hey, I mentioned last week, you got to win these series. Everybody wants to sweep, but if you take 2 out of 3, I think that's absolutely acceptable. Had a day off on Thursday. They have to travel to San Fran to take on those Giants. A good team, if I didn't mention that before. A solid team. Friday, 2-1 victory for the Rangers. 2 runs on 6 hits, 1 error. I hate the error. Every time that error pops up, it drives me crazy. Giants put up 1 run on 3 hits. There you go. Saturday, absolute domination. 9-3 victory. The Rangers over the Giants. 9 runs on 16 hits. You heard me correctly. 16 hits. Versus the Giants here, 3 runs on 9 hits, and the Giants had 1 error. Sunday, I really thought they were going to sweep. I did. Thought it. Had the feeling. We were there. We had it. Nope. Giants blast a 2-run bomb in the freaking 10th inning to take the victory, 3-2. Rangers, 2 runs on 8 hits, 0 errors. Giants, 3 runs on 10 hits and 1 error. There you go. That's a series. Your Texas Rangers held on. They won 2 out of 3 against both teams, which is that's what you can ask for. That's all you can, I'm not saying best case scenario, because best case scenario is sweeping. But you're getting those dubs. You're fighting for number 1, not only in the AL West, but you're talking number 1 in the AL coming up. We're so close, so close. Let's talk about the games we have this week. You got the Los Angeles Angels coming to town. Rangers, they're going to be here actually in Arlington. So that should be a lot of fun. The Angels are just kind of up and down all over the place. They almost got swept by the Astros, but then they damn near swept the Giants, so on and so forth. So they're not a team to be trifled with by any extent of the imaginations, and I'm just hammering buttons. Like right now, I've never hit more buttons on my computer than I have right now. I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm absolutely nervous at this point. So the Angels, the Angels themselves are 59-60, 496 win percentage, 11.5 games back, 31-28 at home, 28-32 away, 3-7 in their last 10 games. I like those numbers. When they come to Arlington, I love those numbers. I want them to lose. I don't want them to win. I don't even want them to put up a fight. Right now in the AL, listen, they're right now 11.5 games back. They're not really threatening the Rangers. The Mariners are even closer. Rangers lost today, but so did the Astros. Every time the Rangers win, the Astros win. Every time the Rangers lose, the Astros lose every so often. Drives me crazy. So, looking forward to that series. I expect big things out of it. And then you have the Brewers coming to town. Pardon me. They're 65-54. A little bit better team. Pretty damn good team if you want to think about it. 546 win percentage, 33-27 at home, 32-27 away, 7-3 on their last 10 games. So if you have concern, it's fine. It's time to have concern about them because they're a really good team. They're solid in all facets of the game. Just FYI. Let's keep positive momentum heading in, but out of these games, I don't predict a sweep on the Angels. I expect, let's say, 2 games. But to be honest with the Brewers, we're not getting a sweep. I want 2 games. I'll settle for 1. But you know what we need. We need dubs. We absolutely need dubs at this point because the Astros are so freaking close. You know, and their games this week are against the Marlins. They're on the road to play the Marlins. And then they're hosting the Mariners. I hope the Mariners just go to pound town on them so hard. But let's talk about probable pitchers. Monday, you're going to have Scherzer on the bump versus Patrick Sandoval. Then Tuesday, you got Jordan Montgomery versus Lucas Giolito. I didn't even talk about ERAs or anything like that. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. So back to Monday's game. Patrick Sandoval, 6-8, 3.86 ERA, 92 strikeouts. Max Scherzer, 11-4, 3.88 ERA, 136 strikeouts. Right. Tuesday, Jordan Montgomery for the Rangers, 7-10, 3.38 ERA, 119 strikeouts. Versus Lucas Giolito, 7-8, 4.37 ERA with 145 strikeouts. That's a lot of freaking strikeouts. And then everything is TBD, except that we know that John Gray is going to be on the mound Wednesday. He's 8-5, 3.65 ERA, 102 strikeouts. Now, some injury updates and activations, things like that. Jonah Heim got activated yesterday, Sunday, from the 10-day IL. Sam Huff was optioned to AAA Round Rock. And then Travis Jankowski was placed, this is on August 11th. Jankowski was placed on the MLB paternity list, but he did play. Now, outfielder J.P. Martinez was selected from AAA Round Rock to come up. He got his first hit. It was great, wonderful game. But yeah, Jankowski actually played in Sunday night's game. I think he pinch hit like 1 inning, got on. Now, injury updates. Josh Young, left thumb fracture. He's possibly late September. So, Jung underwent successful surgery on his fractured left thumb August 9th, performed by hand specialist Dr. John Sheridan. Young sustained an injury while knocking down a 109.4-mile-an-hour line drive with his glove hand to start a double play on August 6th. So, there you go. You know, you're talking late September. You're talking playoffs at that point. I mean, you got to finish out this season. You got to get in the postseason. He's been absolutely instrumental to this entire phenomenal run that the Rangers, they are on. This is their best start in like franchise history. It's absolutely insane. Now, Nathan Eovaldi, right forearm strain. He's coming back late August. It should be here in about 2 weeks, to be honest. Let's see. Eovaldi progressed to throwing off the mound with a brief bullpen session on August 9th in Oakland. He's not quite throwing at full effect yet, but he's ramping up pretty good. That's per Bruce Bochy. So, looking forward to that. Obviously, you know, with all the 60 days, they're still out until 2024, Jacob deGrom and Jake Odorizzi. We're going to move on. Let's take a look at the actual standings in the AL West right now. We're going to go T to B. Rangers, 70-48, 593 win percentage, 40-20 at home, phenomenal, 30-28 away, last 10 games, 8-2. Remember when we were talking about the last 10 games and we were talking like 3-7? And that was just absolutely like blowing my mind. They should be, every time you look at the last 10 stat, they should be 7-3, 8-2, and etc. So, Astros behind them, 68-51, a 571 win percentage, 2.5 games back, 33-26, 35-25 away. The first stat I said was home. Sorry. I think I went a little too fast. 6-4 in the last 10 games. Mariners, 63-54 with a 538 win percentage, 6.5 games back, 34-28, 29-26 away, 8-2 in the last 10. Mariners are on fire. They're looking great. I totally see them actually making a push for the wild card. You can see it happening. It's happening. Now with the Angels, 59-60, 496 win percentage, 11.5 games back, 31-28 at home, 28-32 away. Last 10 games, 3-7. I'm not saying close the book. I'm just saying they've had a lackluster year. They're not impressed. We're not impressed. It's like, what happened to you, you know? And then the A's, the soon-to-be Las Vegas A's, 33-85, a 280 win percentage, 37 games back, 18-41 at home, 15-44 away. 3-7 in our last 10. I'm pretty sure they're the worst team in baseball with a .280 win percentage, but sometimes I like to double check, and that's absolutely the case. The next closest team is 319, the Royals, AL Central. So there you go. Let's move on, shall we? Do you want to do hitting first? I say let's do some hitting. Listen, the team right now, the leading batting average is Marcus Semien at .281, Nathaniel Lowe at .279, Josh Young at .274, Tavares at .263, and Adolis Garcia .259. OPP, though, you want to talk that? You're talking .370 for Nathaniel Lowe, Marcus Semien at .352, Adolis Garcia at .338, Young at .323, and then Tavares at .303. Slugging, Garcia by far, .514, Young at .489, very respectable. Marcus Semien at .464, Nathaniel Lowe .450, and Tavares at .423. Do we need to go any further? I mean, I want to talk stats. Let's talk runs. How about that? Marcus Semien leading the team right now in 94 runs, Garcia 87, Lowe at 74, Young at 70. Everybody else is at least 13, if not lower than that. Hits, Marcus Semien 137, Nathaniel Lowe 127, Young 117, Garcia 113, Seager 105, baby. Everybody else is below. So let's do a little home run check-in. It's been a while, right? Garcia still leads the team, 29. Young at 22, Seager at 20. Everyone else below 20, obviously. RBI check-in, Garcia 89, Semien 72, Jonah Heim at 70, activated yesterday, and then everybody else below 70. Let's check out pitching. Let's just talk a little pitching. How about that? So I don't even want to do I don't want to do strikeouts first. Let's do ERA. Eovaldi at 269, Dane Dunning 310, John Gray at 365. How about that? We'll move over to strikeouts. Heaney at 119, Eovaldi at 111, John Gray 102, Dane Dunning 97. Everybody else, like Martin Perez is the next closest person at 70. Let's talk whip. Eovaldi 101, Dane Dunning 114, and John Gray at 119. There you go. So Rangers have a pretty tough week ahead of themselves. You know, you want to see them get those dubs against the Angels, but, you know, let's capture 2 from the Angels, and that way we don't have to worry about the Brewers so much. And then they have a road week. So if you haven't been out to the Ranger game, you should get out there. I think the last game is October 1st. If I'm not mistaken. They're going to be on the road against the Mariners, which is pretty late in the year. I remember when baseball, like, for some reason it pops in my head that it was over in mid-September. You know, then by the time late September, early October happened, that's when you were in the playoffs. But, hey, I'm old. What are you going to do? So you got another month and some change of solid baseball. Let's call it a month and a half. You got a month and a half of solid baseball here. If you haven't been out to the ballpark in Arlington, get out there. Go support your Rangers. You know, fire it up. Let's go. Let's have some fun. Till next time, let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers!
Thanks for listening to Roundup.